Hi, my name is Lynn O'Malley, and I interned this summer for the Natural Areas and Trails Division in our Parks and Rec department. So a little bit about me. I was born and raised here in Sarasota. I'm currently a rising junior at St. John's University in central Minnesota, where I'm studying natural science education. And so this summer, going into the internship, my goal was to gain enough education and experience from the field so that in the future be able to share that with my students. And that's why this quote has stuck with me for a long time, ever since going into the teaching field and looking into that. Best teacher is teaching from the heart and not from the book. It means a lot to me, and that was, going into the summer, that was definitely my goal, was to gain enough education to make that a reality. So in our Natural Areas and Trails Division, we have kind of three aspects that we focus on. So there is the community outreach, and that is, facilitating these positive relationships between the natural areas and the community around them. There's the land management side, and so that is the physical managing of our lands and pulling invasives, having prescribed fires, things like that. And then there's our restoration. So once a public land or natural area becomes too overgrown with invasive species, or doesn't become a natural area anymore, we go in and do restoration projects in an effort to fix that. So going into a few things that I did over the summer, on the outreach side, I worked down here at Shamrock Park in Venice and updated a bunch of displays in the Nature Center, as well as working with a few summer camps and school visits. We went to the south side, as well as having a summer camp here and a summer camp down at Lemon Bay. As well as being able to go to All Faiths Food Bank with the rest of our intern team and help to pack meals there and help the community in ways that never have been lucky enough to do before. As far as the restoration goes, this summer we worked on a few projects. Specifically at the beginning of the summer, me and a couple of the other natural areas interns worked at Sheer Action Preserve, planting some trees that will hopefully create a natural sound barrier for the preserve from the highway, as well as having all of the interns come down to Shamrock for one of our intern Fridays and help our native butterfly populations down here at Shamrock by planting a butterfly garden. So that's kind of why we do it. We do it for these beautiful areas, some of the critters along the way, makes it worth it. And then in the land management aspect, as I talked about before, we were lucky enough to work on a few prescribed fires, as well as helping with some conservation easement, looking at some of the lands, analyzing how well the conservation has been going, and if it has been successful or not. And so we got to ride around in this big old swamp buggy, and it is definitely more fun than it looks, which is surprising. And so lucky enough with that, I was able to see a bunch of these natural areas in ways that never happened before. That's all pre, during, and post burn, as well as going to places you normally wouldn't be able to. And so I just wanted to wrap this up by saying thank you to all the other interns, all of the managers and supervisors that I worked with, all the mentors, and the entire intern team. You guys have been amazing in setting us up, and I'm just incredibly grateful for all the experiences that I gained from this summer, and cannot express my gratitude enough. Thank you.